You're such an asshole.
Hanging out with work at Asshole Consulting. Keep me anonymous. Awesome. You put it up front. That's awesome. I thank you guys when you put that up front, because usually I get here's my personal. Oh, by the way, at the end, after you've recorded this fucking shit, because I do it live. Can you not tell anybody about this or that, or the dog I was fucking, or the single mom who was married to the preacher that I was banging? It kind of helps if you put it up front. You want to remain anonymous. Hey asshole, why the hell is there an enormous disconnect on what is taught in public schools and colleges and what is demanded in the workplace? Every U.S. student has to take years of English and history courses in public school, but never a course on personal finance, resume preparation, programming, welding, or actual useful skills for the job market. This continues on in college too. As a STEM major, I would say about 7 out of the 40 classes I've taken in college apply to my career. It's unbelievable I had to take more English in college right after I finished 12 years of English in public school. Dude, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. What's great about English teachers, they never achieve anything. I'm being deadly serious about this. This is not a joke. It's not because I hate my English teachers. It's a convenient coincidence that I hate my English teachers and they never achieve anything. I, flunking out of 7th grade English because I'm so horrible at it, I'm a more successful author. I've achieved the pinnacle of what English teachers can only dream of. They studied it and they can't do it. And they are the epitome of those who can't do teach. But I know where you're going, dude. I mean, it's like you're fluent in it, you write it. I mean, if you were brought up in the United States and you're not Mexican, you're in the top, 5% of English speakers in the world. You're highly fluent, so we're going to study it more. It's like women's sites. Let's look at our vaginas some more. Oh, some got hair, some are clean, but most aren't. 70s vagina, it's very hairy. Let's study it. Oh, let's think about that. I mean, I know where you're going. All right. So, clarity. Why is there such an enormous disconnect on what is taught in the public schools / colleges and what is demanded in the workforce? Even in some of my STEM courses, we are taught Perl and Fortran, languages no employer gives a fuck about it. They're teaching Fortran? Really? Dude, holy shit. Is Perl's not a thing anymore, huh? What was the other one? Fortran and COBOL. COBOL was the one. I remember, what was it, the Logan or Hogan? When I worked at Wells Fargo, they had this system. It was called Logan or Hogan. And holy shit, was that some 70s throwback crap. I like video request things. All right, here is the simple answer. And I've said this before, and it's one of those things where I went, oh, Clary, you're just being cynical. Oh, you're just, the glass is half empty. Oh, why do you find evil in everything? Because there's evil everywhere to find. You are looking at education wrong. K through college, kindergarten through doctorates. The education system is not there for the benefit of the children. The education system is not there for the benefit of employers or the economy. You think, well, that's evil because then it's not there for the children. No, they like it. You are 100% right. It is a fucking joke. It is a fucking genuine travesty. In the word travesty, not whether they use it to sound poetic. It is a travesty. It is a sin. It is a crime, a literal crime that we force kids to go through K through 12 minimum, but usually K through college, 17 years on average, doctorate or not, and you still can't do a fucking job. Like, you think about that. Let's just do K through 12. That's 13 years. You should be able to train a kid to be an assassin, a high-level computer programmer, an awesome mechanic, like 13 fucking years. You should train, these kids should come out as specialists in multiple fields. So why don't they? Well, let us ask, you answer it here with English. Let me reread. It's unbelievable I had to take more English in college right after I finished 12 years of English in the public school. Why do you think you're forced to take English all the time? Why do you think you're forced to take history all the time? Why do you think you're forced to take these microscopic incremental progressions in math? It's like, oh, we did long division, now we're going to do long multiplication. Oh, we did quadratic formula, now we're going to do quadratic equations. And it's the same thing, but I'm just showing you how incremental it is. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they're stretching it out? And what you will realize is what I observed a decade and change ago. The education system, K through college, public or private, charter or public, private or charter, doesn't matter. It is not there for the children. It is there for two peoples. First and foremost, it's there for the teachers union. They are there to make money off of you kids. You're the perfect scapegoat. We're here to educate the children. Nothing's too good for the children. Do you want to cut my funding? Well, you hate the children. They put a fucking gun to these fucking kids and they rape these kids for their fucking money or the parents' money. So that's the first thing. The education system is not there as a entity of education. It is there first and foremost as a means and a vehicle by which to enrich our worthless fucking most talentless people called our teachers. It's not that the teachers are bad. It's not that teaching is a bad profession unto itself. It's that we have worthless fucking hacks who couldn't do math. I want to have 9 months a year work and I want to help with the children. I'm just bad at math. I love the children's. They get this instinctually very early on. The evil people go to the children's. That is who it's there to serve. I mean, you think it's bad in the United States. Go to Mexico where teaching positions are passed on as an asset in wills. They're passed on as assets in death, as an estate. Because everyone knows teaching isn't a real gig. It's easy, it's cake, it's an asset. Right? You get your 3 months off a year, you don't really do any real work, you babysit, and that's what teaching is. Teaching is there for the teachers. And not only the teachers, but the guidance counselors, the administrative staff, the diversity consultants, the NASP, National Association of School Psychologists, who just rush in anytime someone got a paper cut. Ooh, you need therapy. It is a money-making, not joking, it is a money-making operation for the scum of the United States. That's what it is. And they're cowardly scum because they always hide behind the children. The number 2 person, or group of people, the second reason schools exist is because they are a babysitting operation, because parents simply just don't love their kids enough. They don't care about their kids. They love their careers more, they love their professions more, they love their degrees more, they love themselves more. I know this is a hard pill to swallow. Most kids today are not had because parents love their children and a nuclear family want to be June and work leaver as much as we make fun of them. Most people have kids either A, because the guy came inside a girl and the girl didn't get an abortion and they never wanted the kid, or 2, more swipple suburbanite America, they want to have a child as a status symbol, as a thing, as an object that they were programmed to have. I want to have children because I want to have a child. Predominantly women, but men do this too. I want to have some kids. My old man, I would have had more kids. I'm like, the fuck you would have. The fuck you. You could see it. Especially the baby boomers, they made this children were a fashion piece. They were an accessory. It was, I want a child. Nobody ever asked, should I have a child? All right, that's the key thing right there. And this, you can point and make fun of the black community where 70% of kids are born out of wedlock. I don't care if you're in wedlock or not. Most kids are not wanted. They're truly not wanted. They're wanted as an object like an SUV or a fucking armoire or an Xbox 360. It's a thing to most people. That's really what it is. And it's not a human being that you have to put ahead of your own life because you are responsible for it. You brought it in. So whether you're the trailer trash piece of shit single mom in Wyoming spitting out kids like the fucking guy in Vegas shot out bullets out of his gun, she's just going and collecting welfare checks, or you could say, oh, you're the barrio trash or the ghetto trash spitting out kids because you want to collect more welfare, or you're the swimple white woman who's like, career important and I have to have everything. Oh my god, I'm Marissa Meyer, here's my kid, fucking outsource that fucking piece of shit. That's the second reason the education system exists, is to basically take the children off of the mother's, predominantly historically speaking, although it could be the father too, taking off the parents' hands so they don't have to actually raise the fucking thing. And I did the math. Teachers, if I'd have to revisit, don't quote me on this. It is multiples. Public school teachers in general, spend, I want to say it's 3 times. Don't quote me on that, I have to redo the math, but it is more than 100%. Your teachers will spend I want to say 3 times, but it could be 2.5 times, but multiple amount of time, more with the children than their own parents do, which is a fucking sin. Don't fucking tell me, oh, we gotta educate and no. Don't tell me that fucking shit. Most parents are fucking scum and evil. All right, you fucking outsource your kids to the daycare facilities. You can't wait to get them into pre-K. You can't wait to get them into public schools. Because then precious little Mumsy gets to go and pursue her career. It's a bigger cock than any woman could ever possibly swallow. That's the second reason you're not taught. Because it's a babysitting operation. The goal is not to really educate you, it's to fucking tolerate you. It's to babysit these kids. Do you ever notice? It's fucking precious. It's fucking hilarious. Women are so independent. We don't need to stay at home. And fathers and mothers, there's no traditional role models. And then like predominantly like what, 98% of elementary school educators are women? Really? Really? And you're just basically taking care of other people's children under the false guise of educating these kids. That's all it is. So in a cathartic way, these women are kind of raising children, but it's not their own. And they're getting taxed doing motherly work anyway, so they get to pay extra tax. And the government loves that fucking shit. Like, hey, are you a teacher? We're going to tax you at 33%. Even though you can't do that math, don't fucking question me. He's the economist. You're a teacher. Shut the fuck up. We're going to take like 1/3 of your income for shit that you could. This is why I love homeschoolers. I mean, there's some bad ones, but I really do respect and look up to homeschoolers because, oh my God, you can do it for fucking free and not pay taxes. And your kids grow up more stable and more intelligent than I. Anyway, so that's why you ask this, and I don't mean to slam on you, but you ask this innocent and cute question. Why doesn't school prepare you for the real world? Because that's not the intention. The goal of schools is first and foremost to enrich our worthless classes who pose as teachers and guidance counselors, professors, and I have a doctorate in education, I'm a principal. And the second thing is that you're not wanted. Kids are not wanted by their parents. Parents really actually don't give a shit about their kids. It's true. And that's just sad. I know, it's very sad. But most of you, and this is coming from the baby boomers and on, it's not just the baby boomers, but pretty much most of you weren't wanted. Most of you weren't cared about. Most of you weren't raised at home. Most of your mothers went off and raised it because their careers were more important than you. That's how it is. And so when the goal isn't to educate the kids, it isn't to train you, discipline. Discipline's a key thing too. You got to discipline. You got to don't discipline the black kids in St. Paul public schools because then that's racist. No, they need discipline. Otherwise, they ain't going to be able to fucking function in the real world and make money. Their goal is to make as much money off of you as parasites as they are, hiding under the guise that you're the precious widow trailed ones. And they make their money, and they don't give a shit about your actual education. If anything, if they actually try to instill some kind of work ethic or discipline, or they discipline you for your own damn good, they get in trouble. If there's any kind of excellence, it's punished. So they're just in there to pass you. This is why your teachers don't remember you. Go visit your teacher from 10 years, guaranteed. Now, I know there's a lot of teachers, they don't give a shit. They don't remember you. You're a fucking paycheck. You're chattel. You're cattle. That's why. Every once in a while, there are some really good teachers. There are, and they push you towards excellence. There are some good teachers. I'll admit that. But the system as a whole, why is it failing? Why is it after 17 fucking years you can't get a job and they still, the employers still have this list of demands that the skills you don't have? That's because you were never intended to be educated to have a successful life. You were there as a host for the parasites known as teachers and the teachers union and psychologists and guidance counselors, and your parents fucking didn't want to fucking raise you. That's it. That's why. Anyway, if you would like some other harsh real-world truisms that if you learn them, they're going to be painful, but they're going to make your life a lot more efficient, a lot more profitable and productive, go buy Bachelor Pad Economics. Get the book Curse of the High IQ. That's another one for you smart kids out there. And then get the book Worthless while we're on the topic of education. They will all be infinitely more, I'm not joking, for the $15 you're going to spend on them each. Let's say you bought them all audio, high quality. Let's say you spent the $60 on that. That $60 is going to go a lot further than the years and literally hundreds of thousands of dollars that have been invested in you in the public school system. They will go further to educate you than that. Thank God for the internet. But yeah, I'm sorry, you're just not wanted. No one really gives a shit about you, and you were taken advantage of in the public school system, and that's why the public schools don't train you for. There's the mismatch. That's why. You were never intended to be educated. So. All right, that's it. Go to Asshole Consulting if you want truth. This is laying down a lot of truth on this video. And then go to my blog, CaptainCapitalism.blogspot.com, and then check out my podcast, The Clary Podcast. You can find that on SoundCloud.com, where I yell and scream and curse and swear, but it's all truthful. Which, unlike your non-cursing, touchy-feely, I just care about the children's teachers, as they fucking suck the blood out of you, they won't say that. So, all right, we'll see you kids later. Toodles.